Hey, how's it going? I want to explain my camera setup on how I record content. So essentially this is an A7 IV. You can tell the model number by, on the left side of the Doppler, there is a number here. This is the A7 IV. The A7 V just came out, but you really don't need to upgrade. I got a half body cage on this. You can get a full cage on it. I like a half body on it. It's because I don't need the extra space. I'm not trying to go all out with attachments. I do have a quick release here. It does lock. This handle I got from a gimbal, and it just acts as a tripod. I have an HDMI attachment on it to protect the cable, this HDMI cable, from coming off, or so keep moving. I am not trying to do too much explaining, but I did take this hinge off the door because it was getting annoying, because what happens is this just hangs like that, and I didn't like that, so I just keep it protected by, you know, it just snaps in and holds itself. There's this key here. I do like that. I got me a USB 90-degree angle into a regular USB. And what's going on is, I used to have this setup going on where in film production, you know, it looks cool to have the big gear and all that, and pull out a battery, plug that in, and you have this going on, and see how big and bulky that is. Like, you can't really go out and film content and be under the radar. So I've upgraded my system, and I purchased this from Amazon. So this is an iPhone 15 Pro, and this is a $300 monitor. It looks essentially the same. This one's about, what, $1,100. This one's $300 with the attachments, and it just needs battery. This comes with battery. Battery doesn't come out, and I really like this. So I bought this attachment on Amazon. I really do like it for multiple reasons. I'm going to show you two quick ones. Alright, so the Meta Glasses only has about 3 minutes of record time, so I'm going to show you a quick attachment style that I really like, and then I'll go back. So I'm trying to make this really quick. I really like this minimal setup right here. Just plug it in. Now you have a bigger monitor for this. I really like that. However, the camera quality is so good on the iPhone, it doesn't really make sense to not use it. And most content nowadays, they are being used with iPhones because the quality is so good, and the real, you know, people want the real. They don't want the fake stuff, and yeah, it's good to have a nice camera and all this. So what happens is I have an 85mm camera on this, which is mainly designed for, this is a Sigma 85mm 1 to 1.4s, and this number here just says the size of the diameter, and it's a really great lens for portraits and getting those wide angle close in shots. See if I can show you. See, you really get those wide angle close in shots, and what this does, it describes the location that you're in. So say, for example, I take a picture of this, and then, well, that's a video, but if I take a picture of that, I have it on self timer. So essentially and then 3 bursts. So essentially I can describe my location, and then when I'm done, I can flip this around, turn this off, and plug this in. So now it's not a monitor anymore. It's a vlogging setup. So my next issue was, how do I make the audio sound good? This is a hot shoe monitor from the DJI 2. I super glued it so it doesn't come off because this thing does slide. So this has multiple attachments. This can plug right into the phone. Phone, cord, done. However, I would like to have audio. Sorry, I'm going to continue. However, I would like to have audio for both the camera and the phone. So my setup is plugging this in. And what I learned is orientation matters. Sure, I can have it like this. However, the cord would then, for me, it's more cord management. Camera's on, off, camera's off. However, it's getting power from the phone, so maybe it's charging. Okay, orientation matters. I couldn't have it like this. However, I prefer to have it like this. Now I can have audio, good quality audio to my phone. And I have this lapel, which is very nice to have because it gets annoying taking this off, taking it on, and it really, it's not the most efficient. I'm all about time efficiency. So this, I can just put it on myself. Done. So that's the mic setup on how I have things. And so how do I get audio from the phone? So the phone goes through the cable, hits the receiver, while the transmitter is, you know, giving the audio. And when I want to switch to using the camera, this goes back to being a monitor. This is still kind of cheap plastic, so I got to be careful with that. So this is the, you know, metal is always good. So I can't pick it up like I want to, so it's not a top handle anymore. So I have to be gentle with how I pick it up. Okay, so now when I want to switch audio to the camera, so if I'm doing those wide angle shots, I go back to that view. But how do I get audio here? So you can still do analog. So at the bottom of this, there's an out, come around. There's a door right here. Put that in. Okay, I'm almost finished the video. So that's how I get audio to the camera. And that's my setup. I believe this is the perfect setup for me. So now most content can be recorded with the phone. The phone quality is good. Like, it doesn't matter about the gear. It matters how you use it. For me, the biggest issue was thumbnails. And how do I get that good quality without taking a screenshot and having poor quality? So now I can take a portrait lens, have that, set the scene, because in film you have an opening shot. So you set the opening shot, then you lean into, for me, lean into the camera. And that's how I do it.